Hello and welcome to another edition of Schedule Rundown, last edition actually, and it'll be of the New England Patriots. As you know, Patriots are in a really good division, clearly with the Dolphins, Jets, and Bills, so they should have a pretty good year. We'll find out in a minute. But yeah, last edition from me, then I don't know if the other videos are up or whenever you're listening, so yeah. And then later today we'll be recording our playoff edition, and then it's season. We're only 2 days away from the season, so that's good. And yeah, I guess this is the last one. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens this year. But right now, let's just see what happens. So let's dive right into it, shall we? Week 1, they play the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. The Bills and Patriots games always seem to be good, or at least the first one, and the Patriots always seem to come out on top. Even without Gronk or Hernandez, clearly, I don't think it's going to be too much of a bother. I think it'll be another good game, but I'll give it to the Patriots. The Bills still don't have a starting quarterback named. Doug Marrone will announce tomorrow if it'll either be Jeff Toole or Manuel starting Week 1. It's all about if Manuel's ready, but that could also happen in the game. So that'll be a 1-0 start. Week 2, they play on Thursday Night Football against the Jets. There's another win here. The Jets are just going to be a bad team this year, clearly. Mark Sanchez or Geno Smith, I don't think Sanchez will be ready for the game because of his injury, but so Geno Smith looked horrid in the one game he started against the Giants, threw 3 picks over a 12-play span. So I don't know about that. I think the Patriots are going to walk right through them. So Week 3 they play the Buccaneers. I think it's going to be another win here for the Patriots. They just got to stop Doug Martin, and if they can just stop him, they got Aqib Talib. Oh my gosh, how do you pronounce that name? It's like Aqib Talib, something like that. And if he can just shut down Brenton Jackson, he's clearly got some good safety help with McCourty. So I don't know. I'll give the win here, Week 3, to the Patriots. Starting off 3-0. I like the Patriots this year. They're clearly a division favorite, but I mean the Patriots are one of those teams that always seem to go far, no matter what they lose over the offseason. They always seem to be that team. And I guess you could think Belichick, but really the credit should go to number 12, Tom Brady, in the under center. He is just a great quarterback. He's going to be he's clearly a Hall of Famer down the road, so I'll give that win to the Patriots. Week 4 at the Falcons. Here's where I'm going to hand them their first loss. Even though you might disagree with me here, I think it's a fair one. Clearly the Falcons are a good team as well, so I mean it's not like that far out, but I can see this one going either way. But I can see Roddy White and Julio Jones in my mind right now just torching the Patriots defense. And I don't know if the Pats will be able to keep up with that. So that could be a big role in it too. So so I'll give that win to the Falcons. Steven Jackson looks better, or is definitely going to be an upgrade over Michael Turner from last year. So, I mean, that's just another good thing going for him. So yeah, I'll give that to a win to the Falcons. So Week 5 at the Bengals. It's going to be a good game. I really like the Bengals this year. But I'll give the win to the Patriots. Excuse me. AJ Green, one of the top receivers in the league, and he's really young. He's going to be great. His whole career, he came in, and I believe he's out of Georgia, and he came in, had an immediate impact, helped the Bengals get to the playoffs, and 2 straight years. So I think they're going to make it again. Now their defense is improving. This is why it's going to be a good game. But I think in the end, it's going to come down to Patriots winning this one. That's just how I feel about this one. So 4-1, Week 6. They play the Saints. And I don't think I mentioned that was a Sunday Night Football game against the Falcons. Clearly, the Patriots are going to be one of those teams who have the maximum amount of night games, which is 5. You won't find a team with more than 5 night games, and every team is required to have 1 night game. But if you're a fan of a bad team like me, the Bills, they'll only get 1 Thursday night football game. So I guess it's a perk for when your schedule is where you're scheduled when you have a good team. And every team, I believe, has a Thursday night football game. But moving on, Week 6, I think it's going to be a loss. This one's probably going to be a surprise, but against the Saints. I like the Saints a lot this year. They're going to bounce back with Sean Payton now. Now he's back. I think it was kind of like a bad year last year. I never expected that, but also people expect them to get back to the playoffs. They have a solid defense. Actually, they had a bad defense last year. I think they were the worst defense, but now they got Rob Ryan, who I think will help out their defense. But then they still have Drew Brees, Jimmy Graham, the best tight end, receiving-wise, and Marquise Colston, Darren Sproles, all in the receiving game. And then they have Mark Ingram, who looks pretty good so far. I think he's going to do pretty good this year. He's looked good throughout the preseason. So I think that'll be a surprise pick in that one, and I'll give it to the Saints. Week 7 now, at the Jets. Second game of the year. No changes here. I think they'll sweep them. Not a doubt in my head. So that'll make them 5-2 after 7 weeks. Really, the Jets aren't going to put up a fight, and neither are the Dolphins in Week 8, in my opinion. Lamar Miller, Mike Wallace is going to be all right. Miller, he's a huge. He could be a big impact this year, but he also could not be. And then Tannehill's second year, he had a good year. I think he can do just as good last year. I don't think he's going to do that much, and everyone's saying how the Dolphins look good. I don't think they're going to do too much this year. So that'll make the Patriots 6-2 after 8. Sorry. And Week 9 now against the Steelers. I think this is going to be another win here for the Patriots. The Steelers, I mean, they're kind of on the downfall, if you want to say. But they still have Big Ben, who, if he's healthy, he should be good. That never seems to be 100%. Then, of course, you lost Mike Wallace. Still have Antonio Brown and Emmanuel Sanders, who look pretty good. And now Keith Miller is off the PUP list, so he could be an impact by this point in the game. But no, I don't think they'll take down the Patriots, making them 7-2. After 9 weeks, bringing us to the Week 10 bye week. So yeah, 7-2 after the bye. I think that's could happen. So let's see what happens now. Down the rest, they have some tough games. Starting in Week 11 against the Panthers. I think this is going to be another win here. Cam Newton against Brady. Newton's clearly got the legs and all that, but I just think he can't do as much with the pieces around him. Other than Steve Smith, he doesn't have that much. And Brandon Fell, he looked good last year, but I don't know how great of a second receiver he's going to be. Of course, they have Ted Ginn, who probably won't have too big of an impact. And then they always have that running back mess. But I do like their receiving core, or not the receiving core, their linebacking core. Clearly, Luke Kuechly may be the best middle linebacker in the league. What we saw last year and throughout this preseason leads me to believe that. And John B's a nice veteran linebacker too. So it could be a fight, but this one's on Monday Night Football. But I don't think they're going to do much, and I'll give that one to the Patriots. Week 12 against the Broncos on Monday Night Football, or on Sunday Night Football, back-to-back night games. And I think it's going to be another third loss for the Patriots to bring them to 8-2 after 11 games. 8-3, my mistake. Clearly, it's going to be a good game, Brady versus Peyton. But I think Peyton's going to come out. He's got the better weapons, better defense. So all those pieces together, I think Broncos will win that one. Week 13, I'm going to hand them another loss, and this is against the Texans, my Super Bowl pick, which I seem to fit in everywhere I can. Because when it happens, I want to make sure that you know I predicted it. And yeah, I mean, Matt Chubb, I think he's going to take a step forward this year. I like him this year. And then they still have Foster, who's one of the best running backs in the league. Good defense. the reigning sack leader, J.J. Watt, who had coming off a 20.5 sack season. So all these things pushing for the Texans. I think they'll win that one, making the Patriots 8-4. Week 14, they play the Browns. Easy win. People have been talking about them this year just because of what they did in the preseason, I guess. But clearly no one thinks they're going to do much, and I'm one of those people. I really don't like Brandon Whedon. I don't think he's the answer. I think they made a mistake by drafting him in the first round last year. He's 29 already. He's in his prime. It's his second year. So, yeah, not a big fan of Whedon. So that'll bring them to 9-4. Week 15 at the Broncos, or at the Dolphins, my mistake. I think they're going to sweep the Dolphins this year, I do. So yeah, that'll make them 9-5, or 10-4. I don't think the Dolphins are really going to put up that much of a fight to the Patriots this year. They're clearly the better team, Patriots, and I think that'll show. Week 16, last night game of the year, except for playoffs, because it clearly shows they're going to be heading to the playoffs, against the Ravens on Sunday Night Football in Baltimore. I think this is going to be a win here for the Patriots, if I say so myself. Really, I don't think the Ravens are going to do much this year. They'll probably make the playoffs, get eliminated first round probably, or second. But I don't even think they'll win their division. I think that's the Bengals. So I think they're squeezing the wild card and losing the first week of the preseason, or first week of the playoffs. So I'll give that one here to the Ravens. And then last against the Bills, even though it'll probably be the Bills starters against Patriots backups, I think the Patriots will win it. I don't think they're going to put all their backups in, but yeah, I think the Bills will get swept, finishing the Patriots at 12-4. So with that wraps up the schedule rundown series for this year. We'll probably be back next year, if I'm not mistaken, doing another season of schedule rundown. But for now, you can follow me on Twitter at DaveCressport. Follow my partner Louie at DB Sports Talk, and then of course we'll have stuff going all through the season. So be sure to check that out. Go to either youtube.com/NFL Experts or NFLexperts.blogspot.com. We'll see ya.